Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to come your way for another tutorial. Now, we want to look at the machine part over here, and very important things we have to take into consideration before we'll be able to draw this. Now, to start with, you could see that the distance from here to here is 22.5. That's the diameter is 22.5. The diameter of this circle is 45. So the distance between here and here is 22.5. That's 45 divided by 2. This is 160, and the diameter of this is 80. So from this part to this part is going to be 40. So 40 plus 160 making 200. 200 plus 22.5 making 225. Okay, so in considering the height of the object, we can, based on that, to choose a boundary area of 300, 300. So we go to the drawing interface. There is the AutoCAD interface, and you could see that we have a rectangle. Normally, people also use limits to define the area in which you want to draw, but I want it to be visible. That's why I normally use rectangle. So I click on rectangle. It says that I should specify the first corner point, and I see my first corner point is 0, 0, which is the coordinate. And then it says I should specify the second corner point, and my second corner point is 300, 300. That's the coordinate. So it has been drawn over here. If it's drawn and then you can't see, one of the things that you can do is that you can zoom and then say or choose one of the options of the zoom. So at the command prompt, I have zoom, and I will say or, enter. Then you have it. So to start with, I'll make sure that my object snap tracking is on. So I'm going to draw my circle of diameter 80 and then circle of diameter 45. So I go, then I'll track. I want to track the midpoint and then come down a bit. You could see that I've traveled a distance of 54.451, and the angle is 270. So I think any point at that place is okay. So this is okay. I can click there. Let me zoom. I can click there, and now it is asking me to specify the radius of the circle. The radius is I was given diameter, so I press on D, enter, and the diameter is 80. So I have my first circle. I can click on circle, or as well I can hit on enter to resume the circle command. I'll bring it closer, and then the center comes. I'll click on the center. This one I was also given diameter, so I press on D, and the diameter is 45. So that circle is drawn. From there I can draw my center line. So I bring it to the quadrant here, and then track a little bit up, and then my F8 is on. If F8 is not on, I can move at any angle. So if F8 is not on, you can press F8, or you can as well click on auto mode and it will come. So I come somewhere down here. I can as well also draw my horizontal center line here. I draw one part and then I mirror, because I want the length at each side to be the same. So when I finish, I can join the left and then right. Now I have one. I can also change the color to see that maybe this is my center line. So now we can offset a distance of 160. If you look at from here to here is 160. So that has been, we've offset that line. We could as well also offset 57 to the left. 57 to the left, so that we could get the center point of these two circles, which has diameter of 22.5 and diameter 45. So from here I can offset 57 and then draw a circle of diameter. So there it's asking for radius, so I'll say diameter, and the diameter one is 22.5. I'll hit on circle, enter to resume the circle command. I go to the center again, and they are giving diameter, and the diameter is 45. So I'll type 45. So now that is done, I could just mirror these two circles, use the center line as my mirror line, enter, and it's there. So now the next thing that we have to do is to be able to get this part of the circle. This part of the circle is very important. Now to do that, we've been given a clue, and the clue is that we should offset from this center line to here 57. And when we offset 57, it is along this line that we are going to stand to be able to draw this circle. Note that the distance from that point to this place is 125, but the distance between those two circles is 11. So when we add 11 to this, we are going to get 136. So it means that wherever that we are going to stand along this line, we have to open 136 to be able to draw this circle. Now to do that, we have to take into consideration this circle of diameter 40, diameter 80 or radius 40. That is where this particular circle is touching. So as a result of that, we have to subtract the 40 radius from 136 so that we could get that point of intersection along this line and then open to 136. When we open to 136, you could see that it's going to touch it. Now the point is that we have a radius which is touching this, and the radius is 136. And then before we be able to do that, it means that we have to subtract the radius of this, that 40 from it. Stand in the center here, open to the radius of the remaining difference between the 136 and then the 40. Make an arc. So when we make an arc, where it intersects with that line, when we stand there and then open to 136, we will be able to draw our circle to touch this. Let me demonstrate that on the AutoCAD. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to offset 57 here, which is this particular one. Are you getting it? So where are we going to stand? We don't know yet, so I have to subtract 40. This one has a radius of 40 from the radius 136, and then 136 is we don't know the point here. That is where we want to look. That is what we want to locate now. Is the distance along this line from here up to here. Now here is 125, so plus 11 making 136. So 136 minus this radius gives us 96, and the radius is 40. So 96. So it means that we are going to stand here at the center here and draw a circle of radius 96. Let me change the color of this circle to magenta. Magenta, yes. Then we could stand there, the intersection between that circle and then that line, and then open to radius 136. 136. And you could see that that circle has been drawn. Now from there, you could see that another circle of radius 34 blends that particular circle, the 136 radius circle, and then the diameter 45 or radius 22.5 circle. So what I'm going to do is that I'll click on circle and I'll say tan, I'll say a tangent to this and a tangent to this, and the radius is what, 34, and you could see that that has been drawn. Let me try as much as possible and then trim the unwanted part from it. So from here, what I could do, let me also trim here. What I could do is that I can delete this. I can as well also delete this side, and then I can use my mirror command to mirror, use this, the center line, and then, oh, sorry, I can use my center line to do it. So that is what we have. So the next thing is that I can also look at the keyway over here, and I can offset 11.5 divided by 2 is 5.75. So I can go here 5.75, come here 5.75, and then you could see that the distance between the center of this circle down here is 28.5. So I could also offset 28.5 here, so that I could get my keyway over here. So this is my keyway, and then I can trim the center here. So I've been able to draw the have a challenge. Okay, I've been able to draw the keyway. So the next thing is that I can come down here, and you could see that this is 45. So I could click on circle and say tan, a tangent to this, and it's 45. So I draw it and I can trim it. Here. So from here, let me delete this. From here, I want to tackle that of the one in the center. So I could draw my 125 circles. So I stand here. This is the intersection. This is the 57 intersection. So I stand there, open to 125, and that is my circle. Now the next thing is that I could also stand here and open to 58. So you stand at the center here, open to radius 58, and that's the circle. So you can see that it is blended with a circle of radius 18. So I'll pick on circle. I can choose tan. We can use fillet as well, and then we're seeing that the radius is what, 18. So that has been drawn. From here, I can trim, and then get the wanted part. From here, I can also mirror this part, and then also trim this part. So from here, I can also trim this part, delete this, and then also mirror this, mirror it here. Okay, now that is done, I could also, you could see that there is a line here. That center line over here is offset 34, and the two are blended over here. So I'll also go 34 up, offset 34, go up, and then from there I can use my fillet command, and then I'll choose radius, and the radius is 18, enter. So I'll say this, you see that is done. Let me repeat, say this, that is done. So from here, let me try as much as. So if you followed, you realize that it's easy, and it's something that you can also do. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I want you to continue to follow my channel, and I believe that you'll be able to gain a lot of experience in using CAD in doing most drawing. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best. Bye bye.